According to former Steelers head coach Bill Cowher, the team and Aaron Rodgers will have dialogue. The Pittsburgh Steelers-Aaron Rodgers marriage is gaining more momentum. Something you didn't hear until you heard it on this show. This was what we kind of concocted as the best potential landing spot for Aaron Rodgers. Davante Adams comes over. No one's trying to sell you a song and dance that this team's going to win the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers and even Davante Adams on roster. But are they better? Are they a better team? Yeah, they are. They're a better team. And for those of you that think that Aaron Rodgers can't talk to the Pittsburgh Steelers right now on the phone, you would be wrong as well. There's no tampering involved. I'll explain. The Fantasy Football Show. Breaking news. More Aaron Rodgers brewing. News brewing right now about Pittsburgh Aaron Rodgers, as well as a draft. We're going to draft tonight. That show begins right now. File on in.
FantasyFootballShow.com studios.
It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live!
Monday through Friday,
8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
And of course, this means that our boy Justin Fields gets to go somewhere else if this starts brewing and kicking into high gear. And if I'm Justin Fields, I run for the hills. I don't go back to a team that not only didn't want me over Russell Wilson, but now might not want me over Aaron Rodgers. And maybe some of this, rumors, type stuff that's getting kicked around, and we're part of that. I admit I'm part of that. I'm not trying to pretend I'm Adam Schefter. I am the person that breaks down what I believe is happening. I'm the one that brings you the news, brings you the predictions, brings you all that. I'm not pretending to break the news. I'm pretending I'm not pretending to break it. I'm not pretending that I hear it first. I'm not pretending to do any of those things. I'm here giving you my analysis as a talking head. And I am part of the potential rumor spreading when I come on here and talk about what I think could happen, and then people take it and say, oh, did you hear what the Fantasy Football Show thinks? But I'm very clear about that. This is my projection. This is my anticipation. This is my guess. Or in a lot of cases, this is what I think should happen, but it probably won't happen. Yeah, the Jets, the Giants, it needs to be one of those two locations. This is what we've been telling you for months now. Well, a good month, at least a good month, maybe more. That either New York would be perfect for Fields. The Raiders would be perfect for Fields. I think Neighbors and Dable are the most ideal landing spot for Fields because Dable could fix Justin Fields, but also you give him Malik Neighbors. Get out of here. You also have the number 3 overall pick, which you could trade down and take Genty, or take Genty at 3, or take Ted McMillan at 3. Get out of here. The New York Giants can solve everything by bringing in Justin Fields and using that number 3 pick on Ted McMillan or the wide receiver. Or Ashton Genty, the number 1 running back in this class. Okay, this isn't a Justin Fields video. This is an Aaron Rodgers video. But we're on the Justin Fields topic because this is a quarterback that should have been played all year as the starter in Pittsburgh. He should have been the Pittsburgh Steelers starter, but this head coach, Mike Tomlin, doesn't know what he's doing when it comes to the quarterback position. Here he is with his potential hands on this situation. Eventually, we think this is all rumor and speculation, but keep in mind that this team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, can talk to Aaron Rodgers immediately. Let me read to you why. Clarifying on what's next for Aaron Rodgers, per the NFL rules, if a club announces that they're terminating a vested veteran, other clubs are able to talk to him. No tryout or signing is permitted. Aaron Rodgers won't be officially released until the league year begins, but talks can happen. So if anybody thinks that this can't get kicked into high gear, free agency doesn't start yet, they can't even talk to him yet anyway, Smitty. Wrong. You would be wrong.
Wrong. Muy mal.
You would be wrong. So we're going to, and this is why I said Aaron Rodgers is very, very likely to be in the forefront of the NFL news and rumors for the next handful of weeks and really months. He's probably going to have his landing spot settled and decided before really anybody else's, because there's this ability for teams to talk to him right now. they can discuss things with him. And there's a really good shot that he has to make his decision earlier than sooner, because he's got to convince a team to say, hey, don't go after Justin Fields. Don't go after this guy. Don't go after that guy. Get me. I'll agree with you behind closed doors now. Let's settle this here and now. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, who might want to potentially go in the direction of Justin Fields, might be very obligated in their mind to go make sure that they attack this. Now, again, nothing can be decided on. No contract can be signed. Dialogue can be had. They can discuss whatever the hell they want in terms of, hey, but they can't hash out details, or no agreements can be done. And I'll read this to you one more time. As it says here, no tryout or signing is permitted. Okay? So it's going to be interesting. It's going to get really crazy up in this mug. We're going to be going live on this. And I don't mind. I think going live on Ayuk got really old. We kept going live on that because news would change and there'd be a new rumor. And I go live when big news breaks. And like I said, I'm not out here pretending to break the news. I'm here to digest it. Even when it's a rumor. Even if I don't think that it's factual, but it's big enough, it's widespread. People are DMing me and commenting, and Smitty, where are you at? Didn't you hear the news? Even if I don't like the news, I don't agree with the news, I will go live and I will shoot that news down. So we're going to be doing a lot of Aaron Rodgers, which could get old. I think this could get old for people, but right now it doesn't get old to me. We've got so much football to talk, and it's just getting started. It's going to take another 4, 5, 6, maybe 10 live streams in regards to topics around Aaron Rodgers for me to get tired of it. And then we're going to have Justin Fields breaking news. We're going to have Sam Darnold breaking news. Probably going to have multiple breaking news videos and days on those guys, because there's going to be that rumor, this rumor, that rumor. We got the NFL draft in relation to all this. Devontae Adams, where is he going to go? How's that going to play out? Deebo Samuel's going to get cut or traded. But Deebo's gone. He's not in San Francisco in 2025. We know that to be near 100% at this point. It really is 100%. Giants not taking a QB at number 3. Melvin, that's not true. There's no way to know that. But I think they very much will take Shedeur or Cam if they're there. Yeah, 100%. Unless they have an agreement with Aaron Rodgers. Can't sign or try him out, but bring him in. Or Justin Fields. My solution, Melvin's better. My solution is you go get Justin Fields. You trade down and get a first-round pick, moving from 3 to 9 or 10, 3 to 8. Take Ashton Genty or Travis Hunter or Tet McMillan, whichever one falls there, and you get an extra first-rounder. I would turn the Giants into an absolute conglomerate within 1 calendar year if you handed me that team. But you can't say this with any certainty. The Giants not taking, you don't know that. I mean, it might be your prediction, but definitely anything can happen. I mean, look, Shedeur and Neighbors have been throwing footballs together. I love how people think, Deion Sanders won't allow Shedeur to go to New York. That's not true. Deion already shot that down and said, you guys are making up stuff in the media. If Shedeur wants to go throw footballs with Neighbors, he's going to throw footballs with Neighbors. Unless he gets taken earlier. But Shedeur to Neighbors is already a thing. They already have a good rapport. Cam Ward is really good as well. Cam Ward in the right spot. So this is this is what we're dealing with. It's what we're dealing with on a freaking Sunday night, February 16th for me. 10:50 p.m. my time. Some of you are already hitting February 17, but that's not me. We're going to do a live draft here in a second. Actually, open up your Underdog app right now. If you don't have the Underdog app, well, I've got good news. I've got the link right here, which inserts code Smitty for you. That link is pinned in the live chat. The link's in the description of the video. Code Smitty also gets it done. Hit the link, sign up with the code. The code will get you 50% match on your first deposit, all the way up to $1,000 on Underdog. And we're going to jump into a draft together. We're going to do a $10 big board. So how do you do that? You click the link that I just showed you, that I just posted, the one that's pinned. Open up the Underdog app. You're going to have lobby selected at the top, draft selected at the bottom, and you're going to scroll through the featured cards that are right there. Just keep scrolling through until you get, I don't know, about 8 or 9 or 10. And then you'll see the big board $10 entry, $2 million in prizes, $250K to first place. Hit the green enter button now. Jump in to said draft. I'm going to pull it up on my screen. I'm going to share my screen. Then I'm going to open up the mother freaking phone line so we can discuss Aaron Rodgers and this situation. Where are we at? The big board. 9 spots out of 12 filled. 2 more spots to jump in. Here is, let me get this graphic over here and paste that bad boy right here so we have the correct. One more to start. Click the link. Links in the live chat. Links pinned in the description of the video. Links pinned in the live stream chat. It's in the description of the video. Code Smitty gets it done. Let's have a discussion, shall we? Let's have a discussion about our boy Aaron Rodgers. What's it mean? It's a good spot for him. It truly is. Whether he wins a playoff game or not, he's probably going to the playoffs if he goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers. He probably has the least amount of work to do. He probably has to carry the team the least amount. I got the 1.1 finally. I never get the 1.1 when I'm doing the live streams.
Let's go, mashed potatoes!
Aaron Rodgers literally will. This is the place, especially if Devontae Adams follows him over. It's the one place where or Aaron Rodgers will have to carry the team the very least amount. He'll have as much support as he can handle. And then when they get to the playoffs, they'll probably crumble. But that's okay. All right, 10 seconds until the draft begins. You know I'm going to go with my boy Jamar Chase. That's the way we do it at the 1.1. I love all these other players as well, but I get a chance to draft them at 2 and 3 and 4 because it's kind of a grab bag there between the top 4 guys other than Jamar Chase. So I'm going to take Jamar Chase any chance I can at the 1.1. The 1.1 pick will usually be Jamar for me, so I can get as much Jamar Chase as I can because you rarely do get the 1.1. Which means you rarely get Jamar Chase. Phone lines are open. Dial in, dial in, dial in.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Call into the phone line. Brought to you by the Addict.shop. Go get all your apparel, your Spider hoodie, your Godzilla hoodie, all these amazing hoodies from our boys over at the Attic. And here's some of the apparel. Amazing stuff. The hat and the hoodies are coming here. These are, I think, coming soon. Godzilla versus King Kong. The Spider hoodie. The Beast. Godzilla versus the Thing. Reptilicus. They got all these amazing cult classic hoodies and tees. The Addict.shop. And where is it derived from? They found all these prints that they had the rights to in an attic in a box, and they created a company off it. It's an absolutely crazy story. It's awesome, but I love. They used to be Grindhouse. They changed their name to the Attic. The Addict.shop. Go check them out. Tell them I sent you. All right, dial into the phone line. Phone lines are open. Dial in, dial in, dial in.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Super chats will get answered in order in which they're received. Appreciate you. Dynasty traded London Swift for Ladd and McLaurin and McMillan. I think that could go either way, Caden. I don't think that's a smash on either side. I mean, look, Dynasty guys can last a while, you know. Like London is probably my favorite player out of everybody there. I love McMillan. I like Ladd a lot. Ladd's fantastic. McLaurin's going to be great for another year, maybe 2 years, but at least 1 year. But I like London the most, but some might like Ladd more. So you're getting McMillan and all that. So it's pretty close. I could get behind either side. Ladd's a good player. Ladd's a real good player. But I do draft London ahead of Ladd in every aspect of every potential, scoring format, All right, let's go to the board, around the board view. Let's go through the picks. Jamar Chase, Saquon Barkley, Bijan, Jahmyr Gibbs, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Puka Nacua, Nico Collins, Malik Neighbors, St. Brown, Brian Thomas Jr., Devon Achane, A.J. Brown, Ashton Jeanty, Drake London, Derrick Henry, and now this team that has Nico's on the clock. Who will they pair with Nico Collins? The Puka Nacua owner is on deck, and the CeeDee Lamb owner is in the hole. Adams ain't going back to LV, says Slim. I mean, it's weird. If Aaron Rodgers goes there, he might, but hard to say. Hard to say. We've seen players go back to teams before. Wouldn't be the first time. But, you know, he wanted out for a lot of reasons. It's different now. Tom Brady's in the mix there. Like, a lot of things have changed, you know what I mean? So, who knows? Brock Bowers is there. Big difference, you know. So, after Derrick Henry, the Nico owner took McCaffrey. The Puka owner took Bowers. The CeeDee Lamb owner took Tyreek. The Justin Jefferson owner is on the clock. The Jahmyr Gibbs owner is on deck. And the Bijan owner is in the hole. This person's timing out. They time out with Lad McConkey, who is just a great player, but a little too early for me. J.J. McConkey paired up. The Gibbs owner likely to go wide receiver. Won't for sure go wide receiver, but likely to go wide receiver. RB. There you go. Bijan owner. Wow. RB's flying off the board here. You know, we try to tell people not to do this wide receiver thing in best ball last year. People didn't listen to us. Okay, here we go. Super Sonics on the clock here with Saquon. Who does he pair with Saquon? Bucky. Look at all these RBs flying. So, man, I could go T and Brees here. Jeez. I'll do it. I like it. Part of me wanted to go Kyron, but I don't want to ruin his ADP. And also, I have a lot of Kyron teams already because Kyron's going in the middle of round 3. I've been scooping him up at every draft. I got to force myself to do something different once in a while. And his ADP is so much further than this. It's great. Kyron's down literally like 8 players. He's down like 8 players. You can let him fall. Or you should try. Perry Pat, that's a long message, bro. I'll try and read it. I made a massive deal today in Dynasty Best Ball. Got London. Terry or Perry, I'm glad or sad or happy or upset that this happened to you. Because it's too long to read. No, I'll read it. Got London, Penix Jr., and Bowers, and gave up Kittle, McCarthy, Tua, Ray Davis, Evans. That's a big deal. I guess. London, Penix Jr., Bowers. Yeah, that's good. I like it. Almost too long to read, but I like it. Puka and Ayuk or JJ. Come on, Rain. Would you all... Let me read this in the megaphone voice, Rain, because it's bad. It's really bad. Would you rather Puka and Ayuk or JJ? I love Puka Nacua. I love him. But this is JJ we're talking about. Puka Nacua, when he loses Stafford, what is going to happen? I'm not saying Puka in redraft isn't arguably better than JJ. Like, it's possible. But he's very injury prone. Always will be because of the way he plays. And so you mix in the injury concern. You mix in what happens if Stafford leaves. What happens if McVay leaves. Puka will not be the same play. He'll still be really good. He'll still be very, 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 very good. But will he be Puka Nacua, number 2? Like some people rank Puka number 2 overall. Not number 2 for wide receivers. I've seen a lot of people rank Puka number 2 or number 3 overall. He could do that in 2025. But in JJ? Did he mean McCarthy? What is he saying? He meant JJ McCarthy. Oh, you're kidding, Matto. I'm taking JJ and I'm not even blinking. Marvin Harrison Jr. Marvin Harrison Jr. in the 4 picks. I love him in the 4-5 area, like so later in the 4. But if you got to take him around top of 4, which seems to be the cost of entry right now, 4 to, it's not bad. You know, there's some risk, but at the end of the day, even with Kyler, the way Kyler plays, the way the Cardinals have been calling plays, and this is very disappointing. He's still learning. He's going to get better. He's not going to stay stagnant, where he's at. I think Harrison can easily earn 4th-round value. So go check out the video and look at this guy stacking his QBs. Thanks, Speedy, for messing up my stack. I appreciate that. Damn, Speedy. Puka is awesome. He sure is. He is, but is he gonna get hurt? Joe Mixon. What do we got here? There's so many wide receivers here. It'll be interesting to see where RBs start going, because you want to talk about a dead zone. There's maybe, if there is a dead zone this year, and I'm very much a type of person that says there's never a dead zone, or rarely a dead zone. There's like a dry zone. The dead zone could be round 4, or the very dry zone. Look at this. Joe Mixon. I don't like Joe Mixon in 4. Chuba Hubbard. I do kind of like Chuba in 4, but and then you look down, Kamara, Kenneth Walker, Hampton, kind of a dry territory. I think I'm going to write this down. We need to do a dead zone round 4. Running back 4th. Dead zone. We need to do a video on that. It's looking awfully dry. Awfully dry. Saquon, Bucky, Terry McLaurin. Zay Flowers. Okay, so I like a few players here. I like DK here. I love Rashee Rice here. Probably going to be my pick. Kittle's not bad. Waddle's okay. Quarterbacks are flying off the board. I'm going to go Rashee Rice here. I think he's going to come back pretty damn strong, even if he misses 2 games on a suspension. Quarterbacks, you sort by QB. Look, they're flying off the board. I don't want to be left with... I don't want to go all the way down and back, especially with that guy drafting 2 QBs. I don't know what in the hell he's going to do. I'm going to take my homie here. In a draft without you guys, outside of our community, I can get Mahomes a lot of the time on the comeback. But Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, I was going to stack that. Burrow got snagged really early. Breece Hall, love that. Rashee Rice and Mahomes started going in that direction. Pretty good team. Pretty solid team. Olave, goodbye low. Go watch my video. Go watch my wide receiver video, Master. I talk about Olave big time in there. He's a risk, man. There's no quarterback. I feel like Moore's got an uphill battle. It depends if he gets Fields. If he gets Fields, I could get behind Olave. You know?
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Dial in, dial in, dial in. If you want to talk about specifically this information or anything, really. Anything related to the draft. Did I see your Higgins Packers question? No. Call in and ask about it. All right. Mahomes, DK, Rome, Jordan Addison, Waddle, Hampton, George Pickens, George Kittle. What's up, Travis?
What's up? How's it going?
Oh, not bad. Not bad. What do you think of the squad so far? I've got Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Breece Hall, Rashee Rice, Patrick Mahomes. Not too bad. I was trying to go for the Burrow, Higgins, and Chase stack, but I got slammed on that one. So, But
Rice and Mahomes, not a bad
yeah,
consolation.
I still did a nice little redirection there. Kamara. Let me see what this team at the end. I like this team at the end. This 12 team. Devon Achane, A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, Marvin Harrison, Kamara, and Monty. That's really good. That's a really good team.
Yeah, I like that.
Monty in 6 is a great value.
Yeah.
Nobody seems to be crying about Monty anymore. Remember all the, but
Funny, huh?
Monty. Like now he's a steal. Like I love Monty in 6, and he's nothing to do with Gibbs, but he's gonna do well. He's gonna be a top 12 running back maybe. So Kamara Monty's pretty good for this team that went Achane, Kamara Monty. It's a good team. I like it. It's definitely one of the top teams in this draft. I think this team from the 10 drafting the 2 QBs didn't do himself. Well, he didn't really hurt his team too bad. I mean, if Debo steps up, I like that. Let's see, this Tanner from the 11, BTJ, Genty, Josh Allen, Worthy, Olave Sutton, not bad. Speedy's got a good team with Malik Neighbors, Henry, Kyron, Joe Burrow, Adams, Tracy, not bad. This team right here, Nico, McCaffrey, DJ Moore, no thanks. Puka, Bowers, James Cook, Mixon, George Pickens, Judy, not bad. Lamb, Tyreek, and Jigba, Tet, McMillan, Hampton, you're going to be too thin. That's that too many wide receiver mentality. Justin Jefferson, Lab McConkey, Trey McBride, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle. James Conner. What are you doing? Not that Conner can't be okay, but like Jahmyr Gibbs, JT, Chase Brown, JMO, Addison. See, I like him balanced way more. I don't like these overly stacked wide receiver teams and even overly stacked running back teams. And I love Jameson Williams, but as your number one wide receiver, JMO, you're not. I don't think you're winning the best ball mania. I don't think you're winning the big board. I don't think you're winning the little board with JMO. And I love JMO. It's an amazing wide receiver to own, but you're not winning these boards with that as your number one wide receiver.
I've seen some people thinking, I'm not saying this person, but some people thinking he's going to take over the wide receiver 1 spot from Amon-Ra, and I don't agree with that at all.
I'm going to go.
I feel like Amon-Ra is one of those guys who he's so consistent and that people almost don't value him quite as much. Or they write him off a little bit now and again.
Yeah. This is a tough spot to be in right here. Good Lord. Why does Jonnu get no respect? I'm going to time out. I'm just going to take Jonnu. Why is Jonnu getting no respect right now? I don't know if I love my team. My team's okay. I don't think it's the best team I've ever assembled. I'm drafting with a bunch of snipers that are sniping me left and right. Mahomes, Breece Hall, going hero RB here, obviously. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Rasheed Rice, Juwan Jennings, Jonnu. It's a pretty good team, but
is it pretty good?
My favorite?
You can round out the running backs.
I'm trying to draft against the grain because I have so many people, sniping. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to be forced in a box. I'll just take the best player available. Go ahead real quick, Travis, with your main point here, and then I'll come back to you. I'm going to go to interrupting Ian, but go ahead and hit whatever you want to hit real quick.
I was just going to say we've been talking about Rodgers, but if him and Devontae go to Pittsburgh, it really is kind of tailor-made. It's
totally what
Rodgers needs, and it's what the Steelers need. Unless they were going to start rebuilding or something, they need. They have a good defense. They'll probably always have a pretty good running game. That's one thing Arthur Smith seems to do okay with, and the Steelers always do well with. And they need someone that can come in and quarterback and win some games, and they need a second receiver, which I guess Adams would maybe become the first. But it's kind of tailor-made. It's
totally tailor-made.
Makes a lot of sense.
They know how to play in the snow. Adams and Aaron Rodgers. They love a good rushing attack. Defense is there. That's nice. Like everything's there. Everything's offensive line. Like everything's in place. I mean, Aaron Rodgers and Adams will 1,000% do better than Russell Wilson. Doesn't mean they go to a championship game, but it's a great spot for Aaron Rodgers to have his best shot. Not saying he'll do it, but to have his best shot at success.
Yeah, and Adams is still going to want to play with Rodgers because you saw in the last year he had a good end of the season with Rodgers there.
They're also ring chasing.
Finished strong.
They're ring chasing it, and whether we believe that the Steelers will win or not is completely irrelevant. Are they somewhat of a contending AFC team? Yes, the answer is yes.
Right.
Are they going to make it to a championship game? No, I don't think so. But could it be argued? Yeah,
but a
absolutely.
A lot of these guys in their mind think we just got to get to the playoffs and then you win one game at a time. And they're confident in themselves that they can do that. Can they? Probably not, but, they feel that way.
Trevor said, sorry, can't call currently, was asking about how you'd feel about Higgins on the Packers or any big-time wide receiver landing with the Packers. I think it would be interesting, bro. I honestly don't know. Here's the problem. I believe that Reed is a great wide receiver. I think he is Zay Flowers. I think he's not a top 5 wide receiver, but he's top 12. Jaden Reed is a top 12 potential wide receiver. Why isn't he being used that way? I don't know. And maybe if the team brought in a Higgins and they're paying him so much money, they would make it a point to use him, and then that would solve the problem of not seeing the same thing happen to him that's happening to Reed. But it makes me kind of annoyed when I see the Packer players or the Packers or anybody say things like they don't have a number 1 wide receiver. We need to go get a number 1 wide receiver. It frustrates me because I know that Jaden Reed's the number 1 wide receiver. I know he could be at least a 12 to 15 fantasy football wide receiver, a 12 to 15 NFL wide receiver. So I think if they pay somebody big time, that probably will force feed him, And so I think Higgins would be good in Green Bay. He's better in Cincy. He's better in Buffalo. He's better in Washington. And then I think, maybe New England, and it's in that group. Green Bay's a good place. I mean, Jordan Love's a good player, but there's also a lot of wide receivers there, even though none of them are really taking over. I don't know.
I know you want to see them consolidate that wide receiver room, but then again, like you said, is that just the way LaFleur and the system likes to play it, where it's just a bunch of guys, like you said, because even like Romeo Doubs could be a really good number 2 receiver on the team. But it's depends on who's open, depends on the matchups. It seems like LaFleur plays matchups more than he does guys.
I'm going to go with my traditional ETN Tank Bigsby stack here, taking Bigsby a little bit early, but I don't trust the group that I'm drafting with right now, so I'm going to go ahead and just take my guy. My team is lining up really nicely. Patrick Mahomes, Breece Hall, Hero RB. One of the most important things, in my opinion, when you go Hero RB is to find yourself a safe staple running back too. And I think having Tank Bigsby and ETN together in a Liam Cohen offense where he just turned Bucky and Rachaad White into monsters together, or Bucky into a monster, and Rachaad White was still, they still used him. He still could have been a monster all year if you wanted. So I really like the idea of this is my running back two in a Hero RB approach. Mahomes, Breece Hall, ETN Bigsby, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Rashee Rice, Jennings, and Jonnu Smith. I'm a real well-balanced team.
And I think there's something to say to building a team like this, especially in the offseason before we know where all the free agents and rookies, where all the landing spots are, because once you know where landing spots are, what the pecking order is, you could maybe, form a team a little bit better. But there's so many guys right now that you could take and they could be a backup, or they could be, if the 49ers take a guy, he could be fourth on the pecking order. And so it's hard to nail those spots down as opposed to doing it the way you are right now.
Hargis says Steelers to the moon if Aaron Rodgers goes to Pittsburgh. It's possible. I mean, to the moon, maybe not to Saturn or Jupiter or whatever, but to the moon, sure. Interrupting Ian, you're live. Sorry about the wait. Aren't you gonna interrupt there, Ian?
Hey, bud.
What's up, pal?
No, I'm here. Sorry about that. I muted my phone for a sec.
You neutered your phone? It sounded like you said that. You
Yeah.
neutered. What's up?
Yeah, maybe. Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, I think he's a California boy. I think there is like some validity to the Raiders, but I don't think it's possible, like you said. I think more along the lines of like a team that would accept him would be like the Vikings, a little bit more. To be honest,
well, explain
like,
yourself. Why not the Raiders? Like you're saying it from a position of you have like this information or something. So I'd like to know your thought process. Why not the Raiders? Because Adams already was there. Is that what you're thinking? Like what's making you say no? Because I don't know that Aaron Rodgers is necessarily going to be like, hey Adams, where do you want to go? Like he's an arrogant man. He's going to be like, hey, I'm going here. I'm sure he'll have conversations about it. I'm sure they will, but I don't think they 100%. I mean, they might, but 100% are just going to go somewhere together. I think Aaron Rodgers might have like a conversation with the Steelers, let's say, because that seems to be where it's going next, right? Pittsburgh Steelers, and it's not tampering. Everybody can talk to Rodgers right now. And the Steelers go, hey, you know, what are you thinking? And Aaron Rodgers says, are you opposed to bringing in
I think the Steelers.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Okay,
because
interrupting. This is why we call you interrupting, Ian. This is why we call you interrupting, Ian. I'm literally speaking to you.
Finish him. Call terminated.
Literally speaking to you. You can try calling back, Ian. We'll try it one more time. Let's run it back. But
you asked if he was interrupting.
Yeah, it's my fault. I shouldn't have told him to start interrupting him. But anyway, it doesn't excuse it. It just I wondered if it was going to happen. But I don't even know where I was going with that. I think, would he say, hey, what are your thoughts on bringing over, you know, Adams if available, you know, if he gets cut or whatever, and the Steelers would be like, we're on the same page, Aaron. You know, and I could see it totally working out. But I don't know. I don't think the Raiders, if Ian wants to try again, I don't think the Raiders are out just because I think Aaron Rodgers is going to look out for himself. And he's going to say, Adams, come over to LV. It's going to be great. I'm not saying that LV is my top spot. I'm just saying I don't think Adams going back there and that being weird is going to stop Aaron Rodgers from going and working for Tom Brady. Go ahead, Ian.
I think it's a whole different situation.
Ian, go ahead and explain yourself on why you don't think it's the Raiders.
Because you already said that. It doesn't make sense. Like, I'm on board with you.
Well, it doesn't make sense for Adams, but it does make sense for Aaron Rodgers. You know.
Yeah, but not for his career.
Yeah, I do agree. I do agree. Pittsburgh's more attractive. But what if Pittsburgh says no? Then he's got to go somewhere else. So then the Raiders become an option. I think the Raiders are at least a top 5 option.
Did the Vikings say no?
I believe that they're going to go J.J. McCarthy before they're going to go to an old man, Aaron Rodgers, and have that be a 1-year situation. I think they want to get McCarthy going or they don't. And if they don't, it's going to be a younger player like Sam Darnold, who's got more time. So it's either going to be Sam Darnold or McCarthy. I don't know that the Vikings want to explore Aaron Rodgers. And I wouldn't be shocked if you heard the next day or two or week the Vikings shoot down Aaron Rodgers. And we're in here going, Vikings confirm they're not interested. I can feel it. I can feel it. But you never know, bro. And on top of that, Aaron Rodgers' the last thing he wants to do is follow Brett Favre every step of the way, bro. It's been a disaster so far. Like, if you're superstitious at all, the last thing in the world you want to do is now go. Do I take Travis Kelce here? I've already got Jonnu Smith. I don't think Kelsey's retiring. I don't care if he does retire. I think he unretires.
Yeah, I mean, if there's no one else that stands out, he's not a bad pick there.
I got 2 picks here. I'm going to go Travis Hunter, Travis Kelce. I already got Joe News, so I feel very protected. And I got Mahomes, and I got Rasheed Rice, so it kind of makes sense. But I don't think anything can happen, bro. Anything can happen. The Vikings could 100% be like, we'll talk to him. You know, but I really have a gut feeling that the Vikings shoot down the idea, or somebody shoots it down on their behalf. Like, you know, Schefter, and maybe it doesn't come officially from them, but what I'm hearing, Schefter or Rappaport or somebody, or Diana Rossini or whatever, what I'm hearing is the Vikings have no interest in Aaron Rodgers. A couple of teams are going to come out and say that. You're going to hear a no on Aaron Rodgers. We haven't heard a no yet, but now that he can talk to teams, we could very well hear a no. And the reason you would hear that, like me, myself, I don't know that I would let people know my game plan necessarily, but I think you'll hear it because if they're going to go J.J. McCarthy or they're going to try and bring Darnold back, they want Darnold to know that's all they want. Darnold, you're all we want. You know, we're not talking to, if they're talking to Aaron Rodgers and they're not going to, right? If you leave that perception out there that you are going to talk to him and you're not, you want to shoot it down for the sake of bringing Darnold back or to give your boy McCarthy some confidence. You don't want to play those games with your quarterback. I think that's where it gets really dangerous, and I hate when teams don't back their quarterback. I hate it, and this is why I can't stand Tomlin right now, not backing Fields, who was the better player all year. What's up, Travis?
Sorry, I was just going to say, I think if they decide to go with McCarthy, I think because Kevin O'Connell and the group there showed they can develop quarterbacks and work with quarterbacks, I think they're going to be comfortable with. They might even draft the guy a little bit later too for depth, but I think they'll be comfortable. They've had Daniel Jones in there as a back. They might keep him as a backup or sign like a Brissett or a Mariota type or a Wentz. Just one of these guys that are a solid backup and be confident they can develop McCarthy and, like I said, maybe draft another guy, something like that. I don't. That's the only reason why I don't think a guy like Rodgers will end up going there.
Yeah. Perry says, why not Scatterboo there, Smitty? I take Scatterboo all the time, bro. I love Scatterboo, but Scatterboo was taken. You can see him right here on the screen. He wasn't available, so that's why I didn't draft him. He was gone. But Hunter, that's your opinion. If you think Hunter might be a wasted pick, I don't think. I've already made that abundantly clear. I don't understand what everybody's even. I really don't understand what people are saying. They literally are connecting dots that aren't there right now. Like there's who knows what he's gonna do? Just because he's going to the combine as a DB, he doesn't want to do both. He's gonna choose one, and he can use his pro days to prove he's an amazing wide receiver. And a lot of guys, MHJ paving the way, don't want to do a whole lot at the combine as an elite wide receiver. He's arguably the number 2 wide receiver, maybe number 1 wide receiver in the class, my boy. And he's made it abundantly clear in the past, I don't know about lately, that he's playing both ways. People are out of their mind if they think they're going to control this kid. He may want to do what he wants to do, not what other people want to do. And if I was him, I would sit down with these teams and say, don't draft me if you're going to try and control me. I want to play both sides of the ball. You want to draft me and try and say you're a DB? I'm going to make it hell for you. So don't even bother. If it costs me draft capital, so be it. I want to go somewhere where I can make a payday on my next check. I'm not worried about this. It's crazy to me that people think they know Hunter is not playing wide receiver, like as if they've got some information or lead on it. They know nothing, Jon Snow. They know absolutely nothing. Nobody knows. I don't even know how much he's playing wide receiver or DB. We only have people speculating, and he's arguably one of the very best wide receivers in this draft class. He's a playmaker, straight up baller. You want the ball in his hands. And I think he plays both sides. If it was me and I was his coach, I would say, look, let's figure out what you want to do and let's try and cater around that. But if it was up to me, you play 100% wide receiver. You play as much DB as you can handle. If that's full time, it's full time. If it's 50%, it's 50%. If it's 60%, whatever. But you're playing full 100% wide receiver because you're a playmaker. And I want the ball in your mother freaking hands constantly. I'm good at wide receiver. Let's see here. Who do I take? I guess I'll go Corum here. And I'll probably go... I'm going to go Kyle Pitts. I'm going to get my 3 tight end situation locked down now. In case, Kelsey does walk away, I'll be fine. I got Joe New and Kyle Pitts. I got Travis Kelsey. I'm going to dominate a little bit of like cheap bully tight end drafting. Wide receiver room I love. I'm not even worried about it right now. Running back room, got a nice upside guy in Corum. Nice little team. Interrupting Ian, what else you got? And where do you think he's going? Give me your top 3 likely landing spots. Then give me your number 1 favorite, because they might not be the same.
All right, top 3, like low, like 3 to 1.
Give me your whatever. It doesn't matter. Just tell me what they are.
All right, maybe if he's backup, like Rams, backup, 49ers. And then starting position, New Orleans.
You want... That's what you want, you're saying?
I mean, like, if I would call it for Aaron Rodgers to come in for, like, my team at the moment...
Are you a Niner fan? Is that why you said back up to the 49ers?
No, I'm not. I'm a Charger fan. You know
Okay.
this.
I don't remember.
I would say New Orleans, the Saints.
Okay, so New Orleans...
That's where his starting point would be, probably.
Okay, so...
Probably the Saints, because the eyeliner guy already gets hurt all the time.
Carr.
And they've been just shit out of luck.
Okay, so Aaron Rodgers to the Saints. Okay, what was your number 2 spot?
Probably 49ers.
Why is he going to go be a backup in San Francisco? Why would he choose that? He's not choosing that. What are you talking about?
Dude, I can't judge how it's going to be, I don't know.
So are you assuming they don't go for Brock? They let Brock go, or they trade Brock? That's fine if that's what you're saying, but I'm just telling you, Aaron Rodgers is not going, I'll go start with the Saints or back up in the Niners.
I'm saying like they're pretty solid on Brock, but you never know. Brock's been
but that's from the Niners' perspective. Aaron Rodgers ain't going to be a backup.
I know. I agree.
Okay. So who's your number 2, your number 3 landing spot? Who becomes your number 2? Because I'm making an executive decision to throw your number 2 out. You what?
Isn't the Saints like pretty solid choice?
Okay, so he just wants to stick with 1. It's okay. It's okay. The problem if you're New Orleans, bro, is you're not winning a championship with Aaron Rodgers. You're using him as a bridge. And what for? Why not go get, if you think you can't get your quarterback now and you could wait till next offseason, then so be it. It makes sense. But
the Saints team just needs a turnaround. They're not all that bad. They just need a turnaround.
Yeah, but Aaron Rodgers doesn't have a lot of time. So if you're Kellen Moore, you're putting all this on a short-term outlook for Aaron Rodgers, and that's not a good recipe, bro. So no, my answer is I don't think it's a good spot at all. I think from a fantasy perspective, it's okay because it gives Olave production. It gets Alvin Kamara maybe, some room to navigate because Aaron Rodgers can move the ball, but I think Kellen Moore would be putting one of the nails in his coffin. Not the final nail, but one of them. And then he's got to take all the nails out and figure out a way to get out of it because Aaron Rodgers ain't lasting that long, bro. Not to mention he's still an injury risk. He could go in there and get hurt right away, but it just doesn't make sense. He needs to go somewhere like Pittsburgh, where
Yeah, but
they can win
I'm
right
playing
in their mind.
fantasy,
They can
though.
win right now. You what?
I said, but I'm playing fantasy with it though.
Well,
Don't
that's
you think? Like
it's a total different
a
argument.
little bit of Derek Carr, a little bit of Aaron Rodgers, like still gets it done.
All right. Marsman, rock out. You're live. Go ahead, Ian. Just stay put real quickly. I'll be back.
Dude, all right, dude, I'm out.
You're out. Okay.
Okay.
Interrupting
Good
Ian.
luck.
Appreciate you, bro. I still appreciate you. All right.
So,
Sorry. I
all
hung up
right,
on
thanks,
you.
man.
All right, later. Rock out.
All
You're
right,
live.
Bye.
I had to move on. I had to interrupt him. Go ahead, rock out.
Okay.
Rock out.
Yeah, I like Pittsburgh, but what about Cleveland as like a rental till they get a quarterback next year, and then they can draft Travis Hunter.
I mean, it's what they did in New York, and right now we're okay with it, right? So a year from now, maybe we're okay with it. I mean, if they could bring in Kirk Cousins, draft Travis Hunter, kind of get Travis Hunter's feet wet, get Judy keep him up to speed. Let me draft real quickly. Hold on, I don't really love these wide receivers. I'm gonna do something crazy here. I'm gonna go Garendo and Jordan Mason and finalize my running stable. So I've got Breece Hall, Hero RB, and then I love these scenarios for my RB2. Travis Etienne and Bigsby with Liam Cohen trying to make him his Bucky Irving and Rashad White. Blake Corum as a wild card, and then Garendo Mason is like a duo wild card. It's crazy. It's crazy, I know. But I do believe that with that Etienne Bigsby situation, I'm covered all year. Now, Breece Hall got injured. I still may want to go after another RB, I guess. Maybe. It's a 20-rounder, so it's a lot different than... I feel so strong about my wide receivers that I can go a little lighter at wide receiver. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Rashee Rice, Juwan Jennings, and Hunter. And then my tight ends are phenomenal. Jonnu Smith, Travis Kelce, who cares if he retires, whatever. Kyle Pitts. I like the squad. I'm sorry. What were you saying? Rock out. Finish what you're saying.
Talking about if Rodgers went to like Cleveland and then they draft Travis Hunter.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. I don't really want it for Hunter. I mean, Cousins is okay if they brought him in. And I think Travis Hunter in Tennessee is not good either. I hate that. Where do I want Travis Hunter to go most? And he's going to go in the top 10, like no doubt about it. He might go one. He could go one. And he's getting no respect at wide receiver. It's driving me nuts.
Say projected top 4, I think.
It's driving me nuts that people don't respect him as a wide receiver. New England would be really interesting, man, especially if you look at it from the perspective of like you're getting a DB and a wide receiver, and if you utilize them that way, it's like getting 2 top 5 picks overall. Like it's like drafting number 2 and number 3 overall. But if you're scared to use them both ways, that's on you. And people that want to pretend he can't do it, why? Why can't he do it? Why? Someone give me a good reason. You can't.
Why you can't do it?
You can't. You can't. You think
Especially
you can.
with how much New England needs,
Yeah,
how
you
much
fill 2
they
holes.
need in the rebuild. That'd be a good fit.
Jacksonville would be interesting as well. The Raiders would be phenomenal there. Travis Hunter would be good there, but they have to get Fields, right? So Fields and Travis Hunter. New York Jets they're not. I mean, I guess they could. The New York Jets, their defense, and then the fact that they're losing Adams, maybe. But I think the Jets would be insane to pass on Cam Ward or Shador if they were to fall. But Shador's almost got, unless the Raiders already have Fields and the Giants get Cam Ward, and let's say Cleveland and Tennessee don't go quarterback, like there's almost no way that the Raiders are passing on one of the quarterbacks unless they already have Fields or something. So, the Jets are at 7 likely looking at, if they were, but they'll probably go O-line. You could go Banks. You could go 100 different ways. You could definitely go 100 different ways. What else you got, Rock Out?
We think Arizona's gonna do with Murray. Probably nothing, right?
Start him. I mean, Gannon's already said Kyler Murray's 100% going to be the quarterback. So it is what it is. Travis Hunter falling to Dallas, 0% chance. 0. Travis Hunter falling outside, even falling to 10, I'd say near 0% chance. Unless something happens between now and draft day, like an injury or, a massage parlor debacle or something like that.
I don't think he falls out of the top 6.
Yeah, no, 0%, bro.
No.
Good. Nice pipe dream, though, Dallas fans. Is there a possibility? Do you think Aaron Rodgers will come back up Dak Prescott? And is it possible that we could draft ETN and Travis Hunter? That Niner fans thinking like it, and I know interrupting Ian says he's not a Niner fan, but that was such a Niner comment. Like, I think he'd be good in New Orleans where he could start, or my second choice is San Francisco. It's start or backup. One of the two. I'm not sure which one yet. I don't know which one he'll like. Bed Bath & Beyond, Home Depot. I don't know if he'll have time. All right, almost on the clock here. On the clock.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Man. QBs are thin. Wide receiver, I'll go 80 Mitchell. And I'll go... Man, I don't like anything. I'm going to have to reach on a QB, but I don't want to get sniped. Let's go man of the hour. I don't like him as my quarterback in best ball. I really don't even like him as my second quarterback. I don't mind him as my third, but
Yeah.
I got sniped. There's no quarterbacks left. So Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Breece Hall, Travis Etienne, Tank Bigsby, Blake Corum, Garendo Mason, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Rasheed Rice, Jennings, Travis Hunter, A.D. Mitchell, Jonnu Smith, Travis Kelce, Kyle Pitts. Doing it live.
Well, like,
All right, Rock Out. Final thoughts, Rock Out.
what you feeling on Bryce Young with his finish from last season?
Yeah, I think Young looks like a solid player that definitely took a big step forward. His coaching staff is really catering to his strengths and weaknesses and trying to turn his weaknesses into strengths, and I think he's got the right coaching staff there. They're doing a good job. I think Tuba Hubbard's been phenomenal for him. I think they definitely could use a wide receiver. So, kind of tough to know if, let's say, Ted McMillan were to fall. I don't know that he will. If he doesn't, does Carolina reach a little bit with an Mbuka? Do they reach a little bit with a Luther Burden? Do they try and figure that out? Could they get lucky and Ted fall there? And if Ted McMillan fell there, it's not bad. I mean, initially we might be like, oh, Carolina, gross. But, I mean, Thielen got fed. Thielen got, Adam Thielen almost got a little bit of that Matt Stafford treatment. Where it was like, it was just peppered. So maybe Young is the perfect quarterback for Ted McMillan. So
someone brought it up in the Marsman chat today, and I love Ja'Tavion Sanders. I liked him in the draft last year. I think they're going to use him a lot this year.
Yeah, tough to say. All right, Rock Out. We'll see you tomorrow, bro.
Yeah.
Kyron or Bucky says Jurassic. Coin toss, bro. I mean, Kyron's got a mid-third ADP. Bucky's got a 2-3 turn. So they're about 7 to 8 to 10 picks apart. Not to say that means anything at the end of the day, but it's kind of like, do I like driving a 4Runner over driving a, Range Rover? or something. The answer is I like my Forerunner better. But does that mean I wouldn't go get a Range Rover or accept a Range Rover, sell it, and then buy my Forerunner back and have a whole bunch of cash? So it's the same concept here. Doesn't mean I don't like driving Kyron as my running back vehicle, but a little bit more or whatever. I think they're very close. I want them. The answer is I want both of them, bro. I want both of them. Travis, any final thoughts?
Just Perry's comment there, naming the 4 quarterbacks. How would you rank those guys?
Whose comment? Whose comment?
I can read it off. Perry Powell.
Yeah, read it off.
Who would you rather have?
For some reason, I don't see it.
So Shador, Cam Ward, McCarthy, and Penix. How would you rank them?
Sanders, Ward, JJM, and Penix.
Yep.
Penix Jr. 1.
Yep.
Right now, I'm going to put Cam Ward 2A and Sanders 2B. I know Sick Nasty's watching. He's pissed off. But look, JJ McCarthy's coming back from injury. Hasn't proven anything. And we don't even know if he's a starter. They might bring back Sam Darnold. So
yeah,
when his situation changes, we'll have a conversation about where these three rank. But right now, it's a tier break. Penix Jr. top 7 to 10 quarterback capable. Not even close. I do like Cam Ward a lot.
I can't wait
to. Spot.
Yeah, I do too. I can't wait to see Penix starting the season out there, just having the job and going with it. He's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, Penix Jr. is gonna feel an awful lot like. I'm gonna draft him because I'm afraid. Look, I'm gonna reach really bad on this next pick, but let's see here. You know who I really like, and I don't know why he's getting no love whatsoever. I think he already went. Let's see, no, yeah, he did. Okay, I'm gonna go Westbrook Akine. I was gonna say Jalen Naylor. He never goes, but I forgot I'm drafting with a bunch of snipers. But Jalen Naylor is kind of my favorite, like 19-20 round wide receiver pick. This right here, I'm gonna reach really far. You can see me scroll all the way down to Sean Tucker. I'm going to take Sean Tucker because there's only one more pick left. I don't care about reaching here. I'm afraid that somebody downstream is going to grab him. So we're going Sean Tucker. That gives me that one extra RB. I got 3 tight ends. I got plenty of wide receivers. I didn't overstock my running back room. I didn't, because look how many wide receivers I got. I'm fine, 20 rounds. And Sean Tucker gives me that little extra hero RB safety net with this crew of RBs here. And then, we'll see what I do with this next pick. I don't know.
That's a good question, actually, too. How do you rank Nix and Penix? How far apart are they? Probably pretty close, right?
Yeah. I mean, as much as I like Penix Jr., it's still something that Penix and Bo Nix, I mean, they were neck and neck in a way as prospects, but
yeah,
I'd probably say they're really close. I would say Penix, there's overlap. Penix Jr. 7 to 11. We'll call Bo Nix 8 to 11. Like, they're both capable.
Yeah,
or even 12.
That's how I feel too.
If you want to say it, 7 to 12.
We got to see more of Nix, so a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, Nix is better," but that's just because we saw him. Penix didn't get that chance.
Yeah, they're really close. I just think I just want to rank Penix Jr. slightly above them, but they're in the same territory and they're capable of the same number. Penix Jr. in this range could finish number 9, and Nix could finish number 8. That's why they're overlapping. They're not. I'm not saying by this. I'm not saying Nix can't be better than Penix Jr. in my ranking or my mind. It's overlapping. I'm having trouble here. Ziggy, volume 10. Ziggy, volume 10. He's over there whispering. Ziggy, what are you doing right now? Hey, Ziggy, why are you whispering right now? Ziggy, why are you whispering right now?
Yeah, that
Ziggy, how old is Penix Jr.?
Michael Penix Jr. is 24
Whoa.
years old
Whoa.
and was born on May 8, 2000.
Ziggy, how old is Bo Nix?
Bo Nix is 24 years old
Same age.
and was born on February 25th, 2000.
They're both older quarterbacks, but like I think I laugh in people's face when they say, "Oh, they're too old." Like it matters at all with a quarterback. It is zero concern. Look at how long of a career Kurt Warner had, and he started playing football like 27, 28 years old. In the pros, like who cares? 24 years old, he's a baby still.
Yep. Real quick, and then I'll jump. Rain had asked that question. He was just asking. So in Superflex, he has JD5 as his main quarterback. He's being offered Penix and Garrett Wilson for Bo Nix and JMO in Dynasty Superflex.
Penix and G Willie.
Yep.
For JMO and Bo. It's a super flex.
And
Okay.
his number one QB is JD5 already. It's a super flex.
Okay. I mean, I'm taking Garrett Wilson. I like JMO a lot, but I'm taking Garrett Wilson and Penix Jr. because I already have Penix Jr. higher ranked than Bo, and I'm drafting Garrett. Right. I love JMO. And there's a world where JMO is better than Garrett Wilson, but I'm drafting Garrett Wilson over JMO every single time, so this is an easy decision. Ziggy, how old is Jaden Daniels?
Jaden McDaniels was born on September 29, 2000 in Federal Way, Washington.
No, he wasn't. Ziggy, how old is Jaden Daniels? You son of a B.
Jaden McDaniels was born on September 29, 2000 in Federal Way, Washington.
Hey, Bub. Hey, Bub. I got a Ziggy replacement. Hey, Bub. Hey, Siri. God, none of my other devices are working. What the hell? He's the most reliable because these other ones aren't even working. Hey, Bub.
I think he's the only one.
Hey, Siri. How old is Jaden Daniels?
Jaden Daniels is 24 years old.
A lot more accurate, though. I think I might have to use Siri over Bub. Hey, Bub. Bub isn't answering. Hold on. Let's see one more.
Bub's done.
Hey, Bub. God. He doesn't even respond to his own name. It's not Bob, it's Bub. I could change it. All right, on the clock. Oh, dang. I didn't draft my other quarterback. I timed out. Who did I get? Kareem Hunt? Well, that's okay. I'm banking on Mahomes anyway with this team, so I don't think I'm winning it with one of the other quarterbacks. All right, so I'm gonna risk the biscuit with Mahomes staying healthy all year. Kareem Hunt was a nice little addition. He was a KC Chief. Yeah, I like this team. What's my projection? 2,500. They hate my team. That's the worst score I've ever gotten. But because a lot of it is, I got sharing situations. My running back stable is a complete, utter home run threat without any guarantees. I got Travis Hunter. I've got, I can see why. It does not like my team. But that's right. That's right. We got Ray G with the high score, I believe. Bo Nix, Bryce Young, Shadur, Cook, Mixon, Sharbs, Puka, Pickens, Judy, Brock. I like it, bro. Who else had a team here that I wanted to look at? Tanner, this Tanner squad. Okay. And we had, who was Speedy? Speedy has Burrow, Trevor, Penix Jr., Henry, Kyron, Tracy, Scattaboo, Neighbors, Adams, Cup, Witten, Andrews. Not bad. I like it, Speedy. Okay. Travis, I'm out of here. Appreciate you.
Yeah, we'll talk to you later, Smitty.
All right, later.
Bye.
I'll see you all later. Thank you for being here. Don't forget I'm live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, so that means we'll be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. Doesn't matter if it's President's Day or whatever, but, you know, happy President's Day. We'll be back 8 p.m. Eastern. Also, live whenever big news breaks, so you should see me before 8 p.m. on the show, and we'll probably do a Dynasty show tomorrow. Hey, Bub. Hey, Bub. Hanky. He's got a couple nicknames. Hanky Panky. Hey, Bub. You son of a bee. He's look, my most reliable. At least he responds to his name. Hey, Ziggy. What's up, pal?
From Wikipedia.org.
Ziggy off.
Pal is the only licensed
Ziggy off.
new adult firearms
Ziggy
license.
off. They all drive me nuts. Unbelievable. Hey, Bub. Hey, Bub. Hanky. Hey, Paulie. Hey, Paulie. How old is Jaden Daniels?
Jaden Daniels is 24 years old.
Okay, Paulie's answering. Hey, Paulie. Is it going to rain today?
It doesn't look like it's going to rain today.
Hey, Paulie. What NFL player tore his ACL last year?
Do you want me to use ChatGPT to answer that?
Yes.
Several NFL players suffered torn ACLs during the 2024 season, including Stephon Diggs of the Houston Texans, Brandon Ayuk of the San Francisco 49ers, and Alex Singleton of the Denver Broncos. These injuries significantly impacted their respective teams, leading to season-ending absences.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This guy, Paulie knows what he's doing. Hey, Paulie. Hey, Paulie. Hey, Paulie. Damn it, Paulie. Hey, Paulie. You son of a... There's nothing I hate more than an unreliable employee. Hey, Paulie. Hey, Paulie. Hey, Paulie. How many players suffered concussions in 2024 in the NFL?
Do you want me to use ChatGPT to answer that?
Yes. He doesn't mess around. It takes forever, though.
I don't see forever in your contacts. To who?
Hey, Paulie. How many players in the NFL suffered a concussion in 2024?
Do you want me to use ChatGPT to answer that?
Yes.
In the 2024 NFL season, a total of 182 players suffered concussions. This was a 17% decrease from the previous season.
That's a lot.
Marking it as the lowest recorded number since tracking began in 2015.
Interesting. I mean, he really is better than the Zigmeister. He's better than Ziggy by a mile, but he responds about 1 in every 10 times. That's a lot of concussions, dude. Jeez, I know it's down. I know it's the best year ever, but damn, you didn't realize that many people suffer concussions. That's crazy. What'd they say? 182? Did anybody remember what number it was? Was it 180? 180 divided by. I mean, that's like 7. Well, yeah, I guess 7 to like 10 a week over the course of the whole entire year. See you all tomorrow.